So what if I told you that the biggest thing separating the rich from the broke isn't how much money they make? It's not their job, it's not their luck or their background. It's something way simpler. It's all about their mindset.
I want you to imagine two people, okay? Both are earning, let's say, 50,000 rupees a month. One of them retires a millionaire, traveling the world. The other one, still working, totally stressed about bills. So what went so wrong for one and so incredibly right for the other? The answer? Well, it's not what you think. It all comes down to their mindset. And in this explainer, we're going to break down the 10 simple shifts in thinking that make all the difference. You can see which side you fall on, and more importantly, how to make the switch.
Okay, first up, the mindset gap. This is the big one. It all starts with how you fundamentally see money itself. Is it a tool you're supposed to use, or is it just something to be spent? And listen, this isn't just some feel-good idea. Studies show it is a hard fact. People who see money as a tool for growth, to invest in assets and skills or a business, they end up with 4 times more wealth over a decade than those who just see it as cash to burn. 4 times!
So the broke mindset sees money as this really scarce thing that you have to lock away, maybe in a savings account somewhere. But the rich mindset, they see every single rupee as an employee. And they make absolutely sure that employee is working hard, 24/7, to make them more money.
And hey, look at the results. It's pretty staggering. Let's say you've got 5 lakhs. If you leave it in a savings account in 10 years, you'll have about 6.7 lakhs. Not bad, right? But what if you invested in a simple index fund that just tracks the market? That same 5 lakhs becomes over 15.5 lakhs. That's the difference right there. Same starting line, completely different finish.
Now for principle number 2. This tool versus scarcity idea, it doesn't just affect how you save. It completely changes how you think about earning money and even handling risk in the first place.
The broke mindset is always searching for that one safe job. But think about it. It's like having a single water pipe to your house. What happens if that one pipe cracks? You're in big trouble. The rich mindset knows real safety isn't in one pipe, but in building multiple streams. Your salary, a side business, investments. So if one stream dries up, you're still secure.
And this leads to this huge, kind of weird paradox in how each mindset sees risk. The broke mindset is terrified of losing money in an investment, but it completely ignores the one risk that is an absolute guarantee: inflation.
And here's just how brutal it is. By playing it safe and holding 10 lakhs in cash, inflation just silently steals nearly half of its value. That's 4.5 lakhs over 10 years. You literally lost a fortune by trying not to lose a penny. Psychologists have a name for this. It's called loss aversion. We are so scared of a small possible loss that we end up accepting a huge guaranteed one.
All right, on to principle number 3, spending. How we spend our money is where this whole mindset battle plays out every single day. It's basically the fork in the road between building assets and just building up liabilities.
The broke mindset asks, can I afford the monthly payment? A 5,000 rupee EMI for a new phone? Yeah, sure. But the rich mindset asks a totally different question. What could this money become? They see that every rupee spent on that phone is a rupee that can't be invested. And when you add in that lost growth, what we call the opportunity cost, that phone's real price tag jumps from 1,20,000 to 1,60,000. Ouch.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to delayed gratification. One person invests that 5,000 a month and has over 12 lakhs in 10 years. The other person? Well, they have a series of outdated gadgets and pretty much nothing to show for it. And the real irony is, by choosing to sacrifice just a little bit now, you get to have everything later.
Okay, moving on to principle number 4. And this is where we see that these mindsets go way beyond just your bank account. It's about how you approach life itself. Are you aiming for growth, or are you just accepting stagnation?
See, the rich mindset is a growth mindset. They know that the diploma on the wall is really just the beginning. They're always learning, always upgrading their skills, and that's exactly why their income keeps growing. The broke mindset, on the other hand, thinks learning ended at graduation, and then they wonder why their paycheck never seems to change.
And this same thinking applies to your time, which is your most valuable asset, by the way. The broke mindset says, I'll spend 3 hours cleaning just to save 500 rupees. But the rich mindset says, no. I'll pay someone 500 rupees to buy back my 3 hours, and then I'll use that time to make 3,000. They don't just save money, they trade their money for time, and they come out way ahead. And then there's failure. This is a big one. The broke mindset sees a loss as a dead end. Game over. But the rich mindset, they see it as tuition. It's just expensive data that's telling them exactly what not to do next time. They don't just fail, they fail forward.
And that brings us to our final principle. Number 5, your path to wealth. This is all about your environment, who you listen to, and what you actually believe is possible for yourself.
This one is really simple. The broke mindset takes money advice from other broke people. The rich mindset finds people who have already succeeded and learns everything they can from them. It's just common sense, right? I mean, you wouldn't learn how to get fit from a couch potato, so why are you taking financial advice from your cousin who's always in debt?
And this might be the most important difference of all. The broke mindset is a victim mindset. They blame the economy, their boss, bad luck, anything and everything but themselves. The rich mindset, though, takes radical ownership. They see wealth not as some kind of lottery, but as the result of a system they can learn and eventually master. So here it is, all laid out, the 10 big mindset shifts. From scarcity to abundance, from blaming luck to taking control. Every single one of these is a choice. So be honest with yourself. Where do you land on this chart right now?
But here's the absolute best part of this entire explainer. Your mindset isn't set in stone. It's not genetic. It's a choice. It's a habit. And you can choose to start changing it the second this is over.
So as we finish up, I want you to forget about the numbers in your bank account for just a second. The real question is about the mindset behind them. What story is it telling? Because you, and only you, have the power to rewrite it, starting today.